Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, worshippers of all ages, welcome to YouTube. My name is SeaRaptor, and it's time for more Scuttlebutt. Game in the background tonight, today, whatever part of the world you're in, whatever time it is, this game is Tier 7 Premium Russian Cruiser Lazo. I remember testing this ship at the first of the year, but they never really gave us any inclination when she was going to be released. She just kind of got tested, and then we never hear about her again for like 3 months, and then bam, one day, the ship is out now, or it's coming out soon, okay. So I never had the time to get a lot of work done on this ship. But she's solid, right? She's not a bad little boat. She's essentially a down-tiered A-hull Chapayev with a really unique spotting plane consumable. She retains the same solid guns and solid ballistics. There's nothing really, truly unique about her, but she's not a bad premium if you end up getting one. And honestly, given the fact that you can get them from grinding out the allowance tokens is not a bad thing. I spend most of this particular match staying away from enemy ships, and I managed to have one of those rare games where not a single enemy ship, ever actually damages me with any shell fire. Barely a handful ever even target me. The only damage I take is from a friendly collision early on in the game. So anyway, enjoy the game. News of the week. Well, PTS round 2, the next patch, 8.4, public testing is going on again. Nothing really different of note to last weekend, with one exception. They've the changes that were being tested to Hakuryu's 8-kilometer torpedoes have been removed. And will no longer be a part of the changes in 8.4. The announcement says that there is a devlog coming soon that will explain why they're doing this or what the plan is there, but so far that devlog has not been posted, and we don't have any information on when it will appear. So, as they say in the UK, watch this space. But we'll find out more about that later. But in the meantime, if you've got other things you want to check out on PTS, they're giving away some premium ships for playing over the next few PTS cycles, and there's all kinds of good stuff going on over the new map to test over there and everything. Go check that out on the weekend. The first stop on the North American Anchors Away Tour was last weekend aboard USS New Jersey. I swear I'll quit talking about these now, but since we just had one, I want to highlight it. Everybody I know that went to the event, all the reports I've seen, it just sounds like, making a note here, huge success. Sounds like the event was really, really well done. I saw the loot they were giving out, the bags, the t-shirts, the stickers. The stickers look really awesome. I was super excited to see those. I got a laptop to decorate, so I can't wait to get my hands on some of those. And so just to note that it sounds like it went really well. There's always things that can be improved. I'm sure Wargaming will take some notes and do better next time, because there's always something that can be done better. But it sounds like this was a great event. USS Massachusetts is up next in just a few weeks, so definitely sign up if you can. The link to that is down below in the show notes. I saw a post on Reddit this week that I wanted to bring up because we touched base on this briefly way back in February, probably about 12 weeks ago now. There was a lot of chatter in the few opening weeks after the 8.0 patch and the giant carry rework that the game was dying, right? We were losing players, and server population was down. So Zoop did a video there where he went into the Wargaming API, and this stuff is not hidden, right? Like, anybody with these links can go pull this data. It's not super secret or hard to find. To basically call these people on their crap. Like, no, look, you can see this is not true. But that was 12 weeks ago, right? So is it still true? And there was actually a post on Reddit this week. Somebody had this thought, like, hey, I should go back and have a check, and let's look at this. And sure enough, you discover when you start looking at the numbers that no, the overall game population, like concurrent logins, max nightly logins and everything, is not radically down from where it was this time last year. Now, it is a little down from the start of the year, but that's hardly shocking given that the holiday season is always a high season. They ran the big Steel event. And the patch probably did drive some people away, at least for a short time, if no other reason than a lot of people don't want to be involved in giant meta shifts. It's just too exhausting. They want to come back and just pick up the game and play once people have an idea of what's going on. But what's fascinating to me is when you read this post, and I'll put the link down below, you can tell that there's people who still don't believe this. Like, this is not secret data. Like, they could be gathering this data themselves if they wanted to. Okay, Wargaming has an API that gathers it all up for them, that saves them the time. But it really surprises me how many people, and there's a lot of them, just continued to take a dump all over things, right? Like, I don't understand. And I made a comment about this in one of the forum posts, one of the forum conversations I got involved in way back in February, talking about the rework or March or something. But it was like, what is it? Why are so many people actively rooting for the game to fail? Like, I just don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's like, if you're done, if you're not happy and you're on the way out the door, or you're quitting, or you've already quit, hey man, I get it, right? Like, I've quit games before. I've played games that I enjoyed that I walked away from because I no longer enjoy them. Like, that's the point. But why expend time and energy going back and telling everybody who's still enjoying the game why they're wrong, why they're having fun wrong? I don't understand that mentality. It's like wishing, it's like breaking up and then wishing your ex gets cancer or something. Like, guys, just walk away, leave it alone. Like, you've walked away, you're done. It's over. You can stop. Like, it's okay. I don't understand why this desire to be right somehow overrides the obligation that we have to be civil to one another when we talk about these things. It really blows my mind. But the data is interesting. I'll put the link down below. Definitely go check that post out. But you might want to stay clear of the comments because it gets a little rocky. There was another post this week, another big development blog post that we'll go into here a little bit. The ships currently in testing are getting a bit of a balance pass. Now, personal note, this irritates me a bit. We have these test boats for almost another week, I think 5 or 7 more days or something like this, and I'm still in the middle of working on videos on at least 3 of them. My Yoshino video is almost done, and we're announcing changes to Yoshino. So I feel like, and this is something that we'll take up with Wargaming kind of on the side, in the background, like, I feel like there's some improvements that need to be made to kind of how these systems work. Like, you know, we want to be making content for you guys. I want to be highlighting things, but I've spent 2 or 3 nights this week gathering up all the bits of the Yoshino video and getting all pieced together, and the thing's probably 75% done, and literally today they tell me that the ship is changing, and it's like, guys, I'm not done with the testing period yet. Can we get through one? So, a bit of frustration there on my end. However, we'll talk through the changes and about what they mean. So let's start with Kleber. Kleber, French Tier 10 destroyer Kleber is getting some detection nerfs, some increases in her detection, including how detectable she is while firing her main battery in smoke. To me, it's a little bizarre that they're nerfing this ship and leaving Mogador, a 1 tier lower, right now, completely untouched. Mogador is already arguably stronger, especially now, right? She has the same guns, access to the same consumables and upgrades, a better torpedo reload speed, and now, certainly after this, she has significantly better detection radius. It's like Kitakaze versus Harugumo, right? Like, Harugumo's not a bad ship, but you're getting an extra turret, right? There's a notable upgrade there. The differences between Mogador and Kleber are very, very small right now, and we just made Kleber, like, worse. So I'm not seeing where they're going here, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes in testing. I'm curious to learn more about this one. Indomitable's rocket planes are getting a small nerf. I've never really had a lot of luck with this ship anyway, so I don't really have a lot to say here other than if you enjoy this ship, well, her rocket planes are getting slightly worse. Yoshino is the one that's got me a little up in arms, but she's getting, this is not really a huge nerf, they're just testing something different. She's getting different torpedoes. It looks like they're going to give her the Zal torpedoes that are 12 kilometers, that hit like trains. They talk about how they're thinking of giving her the option to carry either the 12 kilometers or the 20 kilometer torps once the ship makes it alive. Trust me when I tell you, you want the 20 kilometer ones. Yeah, we'll test the 12 kilometer ones out, but I'm not seeing them as being super useful. The ship simply cannot take hits from almost anything at 12 kilometers. And she has an 11.9 kilometer detection radius. So using those torpedoes is going to be really, really tough. I think the 20 kilometer ones, while they are a bit of a friendly fire threat, are simply better. They're also matching up her rudder shift to match that of Azuma. Bayard is getting a little more armor. Not enough to make a lot of difference, but a little more armor and a nerf to her firing range. Yudachi is getting a huge and a much-needed buff to her torpedoes. These new changes are going to speed up her reload time, lower the detection radius than the torpedoes. She still will have the worst in-tier reaction time, but it is an improvement, and you can still improve it even further, almost to like as close as her contemporaries if you're willing to invest in the torp acceleration on her commander. Kremlin's getting a little buff. She gets a slightly faster reload to go with a small buff to her Sigma. Never a bad thing. Conqueror, along with Famous and Historical Monarch, the test versions with the easier-to-hit citadels, are continuing to get tweaked. they're nerfing the repair party effectiveness on both ships just a little bit, and they're going to give Monarch some extra Sigma, which in my opinion is probably a good thing, because the ship still feels just bad. Like, there's a reason I've never topped out the British battleship line. The ship just feels bad. Last but not least, Benham is going to get, USS Benham is going to get completely reworked. This is a Tier 9 premium American destroyer. With the 4x4 torpedoes, she has 2 quadruple launchers on each side of the ship. Right now, she has Benson torps, 55 knots, 9.2 kilometer range. They're going to replace these with Fletcher torps, 10.5 kilometer range, 65 knot speed. However, they're going to reduce the alpha damage, so these aren't going to hit as hard as Fletcher torpedoes. Which, honestly, when you think about it, makes sense, given how many she can vomit out. A lot of folks I've read and interacted with don't think she needs this change. I think she does. I think she absolutely does. I've played, I want to like this ship a lot. I'm an American Destroyer fanboy. I want to like this ship. But I've really struggled with her. The fish just feel bad. They're too slow, they're too short-legged, and they don't hit hard enough, in my opinion, to be really impactful in the Tier 10 matches that Benham regularly finds herself in. So I'm looking forward to testing these changes. Anyway, link to the whole full post down below with all the finite details if you want to get into that. So here we are at the end, guys. That's it. That's Lazo. Pretty solid little game there. About 100,000 damage. I wouldn't say it was not impactful, but we had fun on the ship, and she's a good boat if you manage to pick one up. Definitely enjoy playing her. All right, guys, that's it. Another week comes and goes. Hopefully, I'll have some more news for you next week. In the meantime, take care. Thanks for watching, and be safe out there.